we'll move on to question number 2. Do you support the continued use of existing policy DES 1 Part B? And should this be supported with a more detailed set of counter-terrorism design principles and other aspects of safety to create safer buildings and public realm? And that's actually set out in Appendix 1, which comes after the question, so it's on the very last page. So certainly anything anyone wanted to contribute, particularly in terms of safety in the built environment, but also counter-terrorism measures and that type of security as well would be welcomed.
Thank you. Audrey Lewis. I'm chair of the Community Safety Policy and Scrutiny Group. And I wanted to just raise at this meeting, really put a marker down, that we are looking at the whole subject of design principles for law and order, disorder and fear of crime in residential accommodation. We have done some spectacular work in the past. I'm thinking perhaps with Mozart Estate a decade ago in refitting buildings to improve the extent to which they are safe communities. We always pay great regard to there being safe environments in every planning brief that was ever done. And I'm grateful for Mike Chatton, who has sent me a long and helpful and detailed briefing very recently on that point. But there are still some fundamental points arising. What we don't say, and nor does the government, is what lessons we have learned about what environments, what design principles are likely to be the most successful. And I really think it's time Westminster used its experience as best it can to try and draw up some principles which could be effective for future design work. I'm heading up a small working task group on this point. We've had a meeting at which we've done extensive literature searches on the work that's being done, but we are hopeful that we can use our detailed crime statistics to draw some firmer conclusions about what would work best in the future. It may be that we go outside to get academic help on this, and I've been recently in touch with the professor of the built environment at Westminster University, who is perhaps going to be able to help us achieve this, working with officers and so on. And I just thought this was something I'd like to raise with this group as something we are proposing to get involved in. Thank you.
Audrey, I'm a bit confused. Perhaps you could clarify for me. I mean, speaking as somebody who lives in a mansion block that was blown up by the IRA, you know, we're fairly relaxed about anti-terrorism after that. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about anti-terrorism for public buildings and offices, or are we talking about designing out antisocial behaviour and lower levels of crime? And they're different agendas.
No, I'm proposing mainly to concentrate on dealing with antisocial behaviour and low levels of crime and disorder.
Gordon Semple, Metropolitan Police, one of the crime prevention design advisors present, currently based at Belgravia Police Station. Over the years, Westminster have worked very well with police with regards to terrorism. This is at the more serious end of the scale and not the general antisocial behaviour that you're talking about there. But what I would like to see more of is more input with the police and use of agencies like the National Counter-Terrorism Security Organisation and the Centre for the Protection of National Infrastructure. I feel that it's okay with local knowledge, but their expertise and knowledge of worldwide intelligence and what works and what doesn't, it's going amiss at present and not being used to the full.
Okay.
Really.